Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. So today I am going to be explaining why the season 9 Jackrabbit is pretty disappointing. And yeah, let's get into it. So, first of all, I think I should explain all of the season vehicles. Season 1, we had the Beam Hybrid, and it was a pretty good car. It got 180 as its max speed. That's pretty decent, and it can beat a lot of vehicles. And then Season 2, the Crew Capsule, it was different. It was a good attempt of something. It only went 80, but it could fly around, and you could spawn it in, so that's a pretty big plus. Season 3, the Volt 4x4, that's a really cool vehicle because it kind of helped us. It kind of brought the Volt 4x4 inside of the movie that the Volt bike was based off of. We see that vehicle in the game and it was brought in. Then Season 4, the Rattler, I really want to get that vehicle someday. It's a really cool looking vehicle, in my opinion. And yeah, and it had a pretty decent top speed. I think it was about 180. The Volt 4x4 could reach 200. The Crew Capsule 80. And then Season 5, the Banana Car, it could get pretty good top speeds, 180 I think. Then Season 6, the Bugatti Bolide. I don't understand. I feel like that season kind of ruined Jailbreak seasons for me. So, I mean, they gave us such a good car. It could reach 200 super fast, great reverse speed and everything. It was nothing we had before. And I mean, yeah, it was comparable to, it was comparable or even better than the Eclair right here, as I'm driving around right now. And yeah, so that was a really cool vehicle. And then Season 7, the Icebreaker. I don't know a lot about it. To me, it just looks like a reskinned Cirrus, if you know what that vehicle is. It spawns up there. It's oh, it used to. It spawns at the police station too. I'm not a big fan of that one. But it kind of feels disappointing when the Bugatti Bolide kind of spoiled us with the high top speeds after all of the mediocre vehicles. And then Season 8, the Celsior. I think that was a really good one. That was the first season vehicle I ever got. And it's basically just a better Crew Capsule. The Crew Capsule is a pretty decent vehicle because you could spawn it in and it was flying. So it definitely had some advantages where you could quickly get over some terrain. You could get over this stuff easily and over fences and stuff. And take a look at this terrain right here. You're able to fly over it with pretty good ease. This is basically the Crew Capsule, just with better speed. And then Season 9, the Jackrabbit. Now, I haven't been grinding for it because out of all of those seasons, it's the worst to me. And here's what I think they gotta do. They gotta bring back a system like the old seasons. I just think it's needed, period. Because I'll explain all of it in a second. But yeah, over here is the Season 9 Jackrabbit. And yeah, it's an okay looking vehicle. I mean, look at this. It doesn't look the best. And here's what I'm going to compare it to. And that's the thing. I can get pretty accurate results. This vehicle, you could get it in a less amount of days. It would take you to grind from level 1 to level 10 or level 8 probably. And here it is, the Trailblazer. In my opinion, this is literally a better looking Jackrabbit. I mean, look at it. It looks really cool. It has 2 seats, looks slick. It has a higher top speed, around the Volt bike. So my thought is that if I'm getting the Jackrabbit to enjoy it, why should I? Because people have shown us what the speeds of them are. It gets 150, which sucks. it's a normal vehicle, and it can literally compare to stuff like the Cybertruck, which costs like $75K and $100K, something like that. Plus, the Cybertruck has more seats, and it could take you a day to get this. And then here's another thing that it's really close to. I forget the name of this vehicle, but it can compare to this pretty well. And I mean, it's kind of a bad vehicle. Yeah. And if it has comparable speeds to that, that's kind of sad. Like, you're able to race these two vehicles, and the Model 6 or whatever it is, it's very, very close. It can be like right behind it, like a couple seconds or whatever. And that's literally the same for like every mid-tier vehicle in the game. Now, let's head to something that could also be pretty easy to get. The La Matador. This wrecks it. It has like better acceleration. It can off-road decently. And just take a look at this. It has similar top speed too. Let's see. This is already about what the Jackrabbit gets. And it's staying there pretty well. I mean, 150 about. And I mean, this vehicle can get up to it. And I mean, it does a good job at it. It has better acceleration, and it can keep up. Because it can get up to, the Jackrabbit can get up to about 150. And here's the thing that I'm extra mad about. So the OG Season 1 and 2 had the Torpedo and the Yara Cannon. And those vehicles are really, really good. So, the Yara Cannon, it's basically just, it's not the best. But the Torpedo, like, it's like the second fastest vehicle in the game. And that's insane to me, how they just have that for one season, and then nothing else ever compares to it again. And that's just really, really sad to me, how you're able to do that. It's just like, I feel like to me they had one job, just get that right. And they don't. So, and then the OG Season 3 was the R-Rated Raptor. And then, I have no clue why they did this, but they made the stats of them, oh, I'm dumb. But they made the stats of them, like, garbage. They were really mediocre, and the Torpedo and stuff were like way better. And then Season 4, they didn't even give us a vehicle. It's like, what's going on? But here's my issue. You give us such a good vehicle for Season 1 and 2, and then after that, you kind of just give us bad vehicles. And I mean, you could get used to it, but it feels like it's some like sort of thing where sometimes you get those OP vehicles like the Bugatti Bolide or the Torpedo, and then other times you just get stuff like the Jackrabbit. And it's so weird to me how that works. And also, let's take a look at the special thing you get as the reward if you're top 5. You get this horn. And listening to it, it's just, nah, I don't like it. It sucks. It's just, and anyways, how much time do you guys use your horns? Like, it's one of those things that's like, are you really just gonna be like, are you just gonna spam it? Because guess what? There's literally no point of your horns. They have no point, and yeah. So basically, everything in the season is just really bad. And yeah, I don't like it. And let's take a look at literally every other reward in it. Maybe it can redeem itself. So we have the case, traveling case. It doesn't look the best in my opinion. Then level 3, you get this picnic table. It looks pretty bad in my opinion. I don't feel like you would ever use it. Then level 4, you get a rocket fuel refill. You know how useless that is to me? It's like, I get 100 rocket fuel every single day because I own VIP. Yeah. And you still get some even if you don't. So by then, you could probably have full rocket fuel. I feel like it's useless. And then, see, level 5, you get like the iron lock rims. They just look bad. And then level 6, you basically just get a reskin of them. The bead lock rims, they don't look too good. Then level 7, this is debatably like the only good thing in my opinion, is the glider spoiler. I think it looks decent. I'm not gonna lie about that. Then level 8, you get the jackrabbit. I explained why that sucks. Then level 9, you get the bike rack. That looks really cool. And then I don't know why, but level 10, you get a texture. And it doesn't even look that good. It's like, I don't feel like I'm gonna use it. That's the thing. It's like, how much of this stuff am I actually gonna use and how much of it am I not? Because most of it I don't like. So yeah, what do I think they should do? I think they need to buff the speeds, because vehicles like these are the things that, in my opinion, make the seasons bad and is what could make the seasons disappear like before. Because if you remember, after season 4, the OG seasons were gone because they sucked. And I think that could happen again. And people are saying like, oh yeah, they're good vehicles and stuff. And I'm kind of just like, you're getting like Model 3 performance. And plus, I could probably grind for the Eclair, and I could get it in less days than it took for me to get the Jackrabbit. So what's the point? And people are like, oh yeah, well it's also a good vehicle for starters. Yeah, but I'm not a starter. So like, if I'm not a starter, I'm pretty good at the game, and I don't like this vehicle, and the vehicle's kind of for starters, well, why should it be for starters if you can get a vehicle with similar performance, with an extra 2 seats, by the way, for 16,000? And if you're like, oh, 16,000 is hard to get, let me show you how hard 16,000 is to get. I could have probably got that in the span of this whole entire video so far, just by robbing like the jewelry store and stuff. I've just been driving around instead. And look, I have 507,000 right now. Think about like all of the people. Think about all of the people that have no clue how to like, think about this. You're getting a pretty good amount of money here for that. That's just 1K from just punching a couple things outside of that. And I got 1,200. That's pretty good. So yeah, about everything about the season just sucks in my opinion. It isn't good. It's just a bad season. That's literally it. And what do I think they should have done? Well, I don't know. I mean, give it better top speed, because by the time it takes me to get level 8, I probably could have been grinding for the Trailblazer, which is better in almost every single way. So, like, what's the point? I'm still asking myself that. And if you're saying it's the trade value, I understand that. I mean, it's probably gonna have a decent trade value, but I mean, like, would you rather trade the like something like the Icebreaker, the Celsior, the Bugatti Bolide, or the Jackrabbit? The Jackrabbit just has standard performance for a car, and I mean, it isn't really that behind a spec'd out Bruck car, which is kind of sad. As you can see here, it gets about like 110, 111, which is pretty good for a car. And yeah, so like literally everything about this car sucks. And what do I think they could do better? Well, I'd say bring back the old level system, and here's why. So with the new level system, right, there is no other way to get XP, and you just have to do your challenges. And I mean, I understand that might work pretty well, But it's like, I feel like I should get something for like robbing a store, like the old season, because that's like literally how every single game works. It's like in Fortnite, you open a chest, you're gonna get some XP. So like, yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's nothing wrong with the old season systems, except that they brought in awful cars. And I feel like people are just trying to defend it way too well. It's just a bad car, and I feel like people need to understand that a starter could probably save up for a Cybertruck in the time it took them to get this car, instead of, well, you know, getting the Jackrabbit, and they could have really better performance than the car. So yeah, that's it. And I don't think the Jackrabbit is at all good. It's a pretty bad car, and there's nothing to do with it. It's like, it doesn't have good performance, and yeah, that's pretty big to me. Performance, like, you can have similar performance by buying the Cybertruck. And you know, I might just want to start grinding for it because of the trade value, and that might be why like starters should grind for it. But if you're saying that they should grind for it so they get so they can get a good vehicle, like, look at this. The Cybertruck has comparable performance, and you can see like 6 people in this, which is insane. So I don't think it should be, they should 100% buff it. And I mean, I think it should get like 200 plus. And if you're like, oh yeah, but that's too OP for a season vehicle, look at the Bugatti Bolide. It has that like performance. Look at the Volt 4x4. It can get up to speeds like that. Look at the Beam Hybrid. It can get up to pretty good speeds about like that. So yeah, I think it should get that. I mean, I don't think that's a bad speed at all. I think 100 is about average for good vehicles. And yeah, I mean, all of the rewards look pretty bad, honestly. I don't like any of them. It's like, at least with season 8, like, I liked the reward you got if you got that prize, because these rims, they are slick. Oh, man. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and yeah, peace.